Hello sports fans, it is Tuesday, July the 7th, 2015, and as always, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Great to be back with you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying your summer and you had a happy and safe 4th of July. Let's start with the Women's World Cup, where the United States women's national team beats Japan 5-2 in the final. The United States wins their 3rd World Cup to go along with their 5 Olympic gold medals. Tremendous job by the United States in this game. They blitzed Japan early. This game was over right away. The United States had a 4-0 lead in like the first 30 minutes of this game. Carly Lloyd had a hat trick in the first half. The United States peaked as this tournament went on. Give Jill Ellis and the coaching staff credit for tinkering with the lineup. She was under a lot of fire at the beginning of this tournament, but the team really peaked as this tournament went on. Abby Wambach finally wins her first World Cup. Lloyd wins the MVP of the tournament. Solo wins Best Goalkeeper. I thought Sauerbrunn and Johnson played great on the back line all tournament. So a tremendous job by the United States women's national team winning this World Cup and avenging their 2011 loss to Japan in the finals. The United States now goes on a 10-game post-World Cup tour. It's like a celebration victory tour. If they come to a city near you, definitely check them out. They have a lot of good personalities on this team, a lot of good players. Alex Morgan, Sydney Leroux. Definitely check them out. Maybe your last chance to see Abby Wambach as well. And they have a lot of nice young players. So if they are playing in a city near you in the next couple of months, definitely check them out. People always ask me, why is the women's team so much better than our men's team in soccer? It's pretty simple. Our best athletes that are men are not playing soccer. LeBron James is not playing soccer. Des Bryant is not playing soccer. Mike Trout is not playing soccer. Our best female athletes are playing soccer. Our best male athletes are not. They're gravitating after a certain age to football or basketball or hockey or baseball. A lot of young people start off playing soccer, but by age like 12, they get into other sports, especially football here in the United States. So they start gravitating to other sports. So our best athletes who are men don't stay with soccer like LeBron James, Des Bryant, Mike Trout. They start gravitating to other sports. But our women's national team is absolutely fabulous. Tremendous job by them. Congratulations to them, the players, and of course all our great fans here in the United States. They were supported so well up there in Canada. Every game seemed like a home game for the United States. Great job by the women's national team. Like I said, if they come to a city near you, please check them out. You got some men's soccer coming up, the Gold Cup with the men's national team. We'll see if the United States men's national team can win the Gold Cup again. If they win this year's Gold Cup, which starts tonight, they go to the Confederations Cup in Russia. You know, a couple years from now, that would be big, so we'll keep an eye on that. United States opens up tonight, I believe, against Honduras. Keep an eye on that. That is your soccer. As far as your Major League Baseball, let's go through the standings real quick. Let's start in the American League East. Yankees back in first place. Nice job by the Yankees. I didn't think the Yankees would be this good at all. I thought they were going to have a terrible season. A-Rod is having a nice season. He said all the right things this year. How about Teixeira having this tremendous season? He never gets off to a hot start. He's having a tremendous season. Nice job by the Yankees. They're in first place. Baltimore right there, a game and a half out. Tampa Bay, 2 out. Toronto, 2.5 out. So this is going to be a race down to the wire. Even Boston, they're only 6 games out, believe it or not, and they haven't played well at all. I expect a tight race all the way through. I don't think anyone pulls away in this division. Should be tight the whole way. Should be exciting stuff in the American League East. As far as the Central, Kansas City continues to do it. Kansas City, again, 2 years in a row. They have a 4-game lead over Minnesota. Minnesota is a nice story this year with Paul Molitor as the manager, so nice story. Good to see the Kansas Cities and the Minnesotas of the world playing well. Minnesota in second place, 4 back. Detroit, 5.5 out, third place. And now they got a couple of injuries. Cabrera is going to miss a lot of time. First time he goes on the DL. They did get Verlander back, but he hasn't been the same pitcher lately. So Detroit's got some question marks. They're a little shaky right now. Cleveland, 9.5 out. They started to play a little better, but they've dropped back, and this is a tough division. I don't think Cleveland's going to do it this year. White Sox, forget about them. I have no faith in them. As far as the American League West, Houston, one of the great stories in all of baseball. If you haven't seen Houston, check them out. So many nice young players. They lead the Angels by 3.5. Angels playing a lot better. They're 8-2 their last 10. I know there's been all these rumblings about Mike Scioscia being fired, and keep Mike Scioscia as the manager. Mike Scioscia is a good baseball man. Keep him as the manager. The Angels are right there for the division. They're right there for the wild card. Keep Socher as your manager. Texas 41-42. They're 7 out. I don't have much faith in them. Seattle, what a disastrous season, 10 out. And forget about Oakland. That's your American League. As far as the National League East, Washington is in first place. Strasburg back on the DL. Harper continues to have an amazing season. Mets 3.5 out. I'll tell you, the Mets pitching is outstanding, but they cannot hit at all. They need some bats. They need David Wright back in the lineup. If they get any sort of hitting, they're going to be, so much better. They're only 3.5 games out. They're right there for the wild card, and they can't hit at all, but their pitching keeps them in every game. The Mets need some bats. They need David Wright back. Mets in second place. Atlanta 5 back. I'm not a believer in Atlanta. I mean, to me, they're a mediocre team. Miami 11 out. I told you about them before the season started. Very overrated. And Philadelphia, we know they're rebuilding. Look for them to trade Cole Hamels. As far as the National League Central, St. Louis, amazing as always, 54-28. Are you kidding me? What a job by St. Louis. Pittsburgh 6 out, Cubs 9.5 out, but both of those teams in the wild card race. Forget Cincinnati and Milwaukee. As far as the West, I told you all along, it's the Dodgers division to lose. Look for the Dodgers to make some moves. Maybe they pick up another pitcher with Ryu going down for the year. We'll see about Puig. We never know about Puig. He's such a flaky guy, and he's got all sorts of talent in the world, but he's so flaky. Now you hear some rumblings in the Dodger clubhouse that they would prefer that he's off the team, so we'll see about Puig. Dodgers have a 5-game lead over San Francisco. San Francisco has been sputtering lately. They were playing really well. They actually had passed the Dodgers for a while, but now they've fallen back. San Francisco 5 out, but never count them out. Arizona 6 out. I actually think Arizona is better than what I thought they were going to be this year. I thought they would be a dreadful team. They're a okay team, but they're not as bad as I thought. San Diego 8.5 out. San Diego, to me, has got to be the biggest disappointment in baseball. I mean, they made all sorts of moves in the offseason with Kemp, with Upton, with Shields, and it's just not paying off. Very disappointed in San Diego, 8.5 out. And Colorado, please make some trades, Colorado. Get Gonzalez out of there, get Tulowitzki out of there, get some pitching in there. They have some nice young players like Arenado and Springer. Build around them. But, I mean, to me, Tulowitzki and Gonzalez can go. Try and get some pitchers for them. So that's where you are in baseball. Still all sorts of time in baseball. You got July, August, and September. We're not even at the All-Star break yet. Of course, the All-Star break is coming up in Cincinnati. I'm not a big All-Star game lover, and I don't get into the home run derby. I know a lot of people get into that. I don't. I'm not a big All-Star game lover in any sport, and I certainly don't love home field advantage in the World Series, determined by the All-Star game winner. So I think that's complete nonsense, but that is coming up. So that's your baseball. Wimbledon going on right now. The usual suspects on both sides, the men's and women's side. Let me guess it's going to come down to Serena Williams and Sharapova on the women's side. Same cast of characters on the men's side. To me, I'd like to see a whole new group of players. I mean, I know I've been saying this forever, but I mean, how many tournaments you're going to watch Serena Williams and Sharapova? I mean, it's the same stuff. And on the men's side, it's no different. I mean, it's no different. Roger Federer is still there in the quarterfinals again. I mean, how old is Roger Federer? Needs some new blood in men's tennis. So Wimbledon is going on. Of course, the British Open is coming up in golf. We'll see if the young Spieth can win his 3rd straight major of the year. Tiger Woods did play better last week, but as good as Tiger Woods played last week, he was still way out of it. What did he finish? I mean, what was he, like 20-something, like 28th he finished? He was still way out of it. Now, he played better, no doubt about that, but he still wasn't in real contention to win the tournament. But anything Tiger Woods does now is just so magnetized. It's just unbelievable. Magnified, I should say. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Every shot he takes, there's like 450 responses to it. They're critiquing every shot he takes. I mean, everything is magnified with Tiger Woods. Yes, he played better last week, but he still wasn't in contention. And I mean, to me, he's got a long way to go. And at this point, I don't think he catches Jack Nicklaus for most majors. He hasn't won a major in, like 10 years? It's hard to see him winning, 4 or 5 majors now? I can't see it happening, but Tiger did play better last week. How about McIlroy? Hurts his foot playing soccer. He may miss the British Open. Oh, what a terrible story that is. So we'll see if McIlroy can get back for the British Open. I don't know. That looks iffy right now. Speaking of injuries, how about transitioning to the NFL? How about Pierre-Paul for the Giants? hurts his hand playing with fireworks. I mean, the Giants were just about to offer him this huge contract. Now he may miss training camp, may miss a few games, may have nerve damage in his fingers. And they say it's not career-threatening, but Pierre-Paul, I mean, you are a professional athlete, a football player, and you're playing with fireworks? I mean, come on, Pierre-Paul. You got to be smarter than that. With all these millions of dollars on the line, come on. I mean, you got to be smarter than that. Totally unprofessional by Pierre-Paul. That's your NFL. NBA and NHL, of course, you got all these wheelings and dealings with free agency, like the NBA, Kevin Love goes back to Cleveland, LeBron James is going back. The big man from the Clippers, Jordan, went over to Dallas. Aldridge went over to Spurs. All sorts of wheelings and dealings. Celtics, Lakers, and Knicks didn't exactly make a big splash. The Celtics didn't do anything in free agency. The Knicks and Lakers made smaller moves, but not the big splash they wanted. So we'll keep an eye on the NBA and the NHL. All these players changing teams. Of course, you got the Tour de France, the big bike race going on right now. To me, that's lost its luster. I used to love the Tour de France back in the day. But with all the doping and the Lance Armstrong stuff, and I don't know too many of the cyclists now, to me the Tour de France has lost its luster. But I know a lot of my friends are really, really into the Tour de France. They're big bike riders. So if you're into little bicycle riding, little, cycling events, this is the event for you. This is the granddaddy of all the bicycling events. To me, it's lost its luster, but the Tour de France is going on right now. Okay, there you go. You guys are all caught up. You guys are all set. You guys, you got your baseball tonight, as always. You're going to have your all-star game next week, so we'll keep an eye on these baseball races. You guys enjoy the games. Stay safe. Thanks for the support. I will be back with you very, very soon. You guys enjoy your summer. Talk to you soon. Take care.